Okie dokie boys and girls, it is day 314 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and today we have a hamstring day. Now, it's 8:30 in the morning, somewhere around that time, and I already fucked up, I got out of bed this morning, and instead of going out for my run, I went on my phone. Like, why? I don't know, but sometimes we make fuck-ups and we don't know why. So here I'm sitting at 8:30 in the morning when I should have been training 1 hour earlier. And, sometimes when we fuck up in our day, we feel like, well, we already fucked up, we might as well fuck up completely, right? And I think that's a very dangerous mentality to have because, yes, I wasted 1 hour on my phone, but at the same time, there's still 23 hours more in the day, It's just like when you are injured or when you're feeling unwell, you have to search for your 100%. When you're sick, you can just lay in bed and feel sorry for yourself, or you can do a light training and, get your body warm, get the blood flowing and feel better, right? You still have your new 100% for the day that you can reach. And it's the same with, when you fuck up, yes, I wasted an hour of my time, but my new 100% is the remaining 23 hours of the day. And it's the same with everything, So, for example, when people are dieting, maybe they will cheat on their diet accidentally, and then they think to themselves like, oh, well, let's make it a cheat day, let's just go balls to the wall. But, that's not always the best option. I would say most of the time, that's not the best option, especially if it was not planned beforehand. So, when you eat a 200 calorie snack and you weren't supposed to, now all of a sudden, if you're gonna fuck up completely and you eat 4,000 calories over your maintenance, well, that's probably like 20 days of deficit that you just waste. While if you just have a 200 calorie snack, yes, you fucked up, but if you then go back to your normal habits and you start applying your new 100% for that day, you're just gonna lose one day, which is the best option. It's like that for everything. So oftentimes, we feel like, fuck, like we messed up, we're a failure, we're not gonna be able to do this. We can just throw it all out of the window, but that's not true, and that's something you have to remember. So at any given time, you always have your 100% to give. You have always got a better option than just letting go completely. But that's it. That's something I just wanted to say because it's fucking frustrating, Why am I sitting on my phone? I have to go out for a run. I have to train. I have other stuff to do in the day. So why am I wasting my time, But nonetheless, I gotta get out there and train right now. It's a day for the hamstrings, so I'm gonna do Nordic rolls. It's wet and cold outside, so I don't really want to, but I guess there is no other option. So for today, I think I'm gonna aim for a Nordic roll PR again. So my PR at the moment for sets of 8 is 3 sets of 8 and then 1 set to 5. Today, if I can reach like 4 sets of 8 or even, aim for the 5th one as well, that's gonna be a big PR and I wanna see if I can reach that. After that, we've got some rehab to do, but I'll get into the details after the Nordic curl. Let's go. Alright, fuck. It's feeling difficult today, but not too difficult that I cannot go for set number 2. So let's go. Holy shit. Okie dokie, so that was kind of unexpected, you know. The Nordic curls felt very difficult and rusty in the beginning, so I didn't expect to get far, but like I mentioned before, you know, just go one set at a time, one rep at a time, and you might surprise yourself. I was playing the very strongest from the One Piece anime. I haven't watched the anime, but I've listened to the song many times, and I just got into the zone and happened to get 5 sets of 8 reps with the Nordic curl. I'm so fucking happy. So next time I will probably not go straight away to 10 reps for 5 sets. I will most likely do some controlled, you know, some assisted Nordic curls, but with weight added, so that I can, you know, get a bit of a reset, control the reps again, because today's reps were not as controlled as I usually do them. So with that tiny reset, you know, I can build myself up again to then go for 5 sets of 10, which would equal 50 reps of the Nordic curl in total in one workout, which is the goal I have at the moment. So that's very exciting. But anyway, let's talk about rehab at the moment. Yeah, let's talk about rehab right now, I mean. So I'm gonna do some rehab for my hip extents, like my hip flexors, because what I noticed yesterday on the pistol squat is oftentimes when I feel the pain in my hip, it's not when I'm, you know, squatting on the leg, it's when I'm actually squatting on the other leg and keeping this one up. So it might be that I feel the pain more on the bodyweight pistol squats because the reps are higher, and then I use this hip flexor more. So, you know, thinking about how I fixed my injury in the forearm for planche, I did not fix it by avoiding the pain. I fixed it by targeting the pain in a controlled fashion. So I would do it with very light weight. And that's going to be the point here today as well. I'm going to do a little bit of a rehab circuit. So the point in these rehab circuits is when you start doing them, you do the like a very low intensity. So you're going to aim for a burn, but the burn should happen when you do like 30 reps or something. And you know, like 3 rounds, I think, is a good gauge to aim for. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some hip flexor band pulls, I guess you call them. So I'm going to be, you know, pulling this yellow band and with my leg forward, but with a straight leg so that it targets my hip flexor. I'm going to do some pike stuff as well. And then to stretch the hip flexor as well, I'm going to do my hip extensions as I always do. So yeah, I mean, the exercises don't really matter. Just trigger your pain in a controlled fashion. That's what I'm going to try and do today. And it's just something I'm trying, you know. I don't know for sure if this is going to work, but, you know, at least if I try and then I find out that it doesn't work, I will know, you know. You just have to try something until it sticks, you know, until the pain is fixed. But yeah, basically, I'm going to do this circuit. If it works, you know, after a few times, I should notice that doing these high rep sets, they don't trigger the pain anymore, and I should feel better in the pistol squats themselves. So at that point, when I get stronger, that's when I can increase the intensity and lower the reps to like 10 to 20 instead. But yeah, let's go. Okie dokie, so that's it for today's workout, and well, what started off as kind of a bad day certainly is turning into a good one, because this workout was fucking insane. I'm super happy with how it went. The Nordic curls, of course, but also, you know, the hip flexor circuit. I feel like I might be onto here something if I can tweak this to really fix my injury on the pistol squat, which, you know, if I don't fix this, I'm not gonna reach a 75 kilo pistol squat, let alone a 60 kilo pistol squat, you know. So that's really something very important. But, you know, let's say this morning I said to myself, like, well, you fucked up already. You might as well fuck up all the way. And I just didn't even train, you know. The day would have remained a sucky day, you know, a bad day. But no matter what point of the day you are, no matter what point in your life you are, like to sound dramatic, I guess, you can still turn it around and turn it into something good, you know. So, yes, tonight when I go to bed, I will be thinking to myself, like, why the hell did I fuck up anyway, you know? Because there is no good reason for me to have fucked up right then, right there. You know, I got enough sleep, I got out of bed, and then suddenly I was on my phone. Like, how the fuck does that happen? So like I'm gonna have to think about that. But anyway, when I'm thinking about that right now, I have the chance to also turn it into something positive and not only have a bad aftertaste in my mouth, because I can still, you know, lie in bed tonight and think to myself, well, I fucked up this morning, but the remainder of the day was good, you know? I can make myself think that by not fucking up anymore and just trying to make the best out of the situation. So when you fuck up 1 hour of your day, that's still 23 hours that you can succeed in. That's like 95% on a test. If you were to have like 95% on a test in school, you'd be fucking happy, right? Or like you go to work and the client is giving you a 95% rating. That's fucking amazing. So, you know, don't let one bad thing spoil your day, basically. It's not like if you lose $10 or €10 on your way to work or something, it falls out of your wallet, that you're gonna throw away your entire bank account, right? No, the money is still useful. You can, you know, it's still, you're not gonna turn it into something even worse. So why would you do it with your training? Why would you do it with everything else in your life that you're aiming for? But yeah, very happy with how today's training went. Next time I'll be doing some controlled Nordic rolls again, and I'm gonna continue this rehab, you know, because well, there's only one way to solve an injury, and that's to treat it, you know. Even if you just stop training and you don't treat it at all, yes, the pain is gonna go away, but it's not gonna recover completely. Your body is just gonna patch things up good enough, but once you start applying pressure to it again, it's gonna break. So you have to fix your weak spots by making them bulletproof. You know, you have to bulletproof your body in every area possible. So that's what I'm gonna do in the near future. But yeah, like I mentioned, very happy. Now I'm just gonna have a shower, have some breakfast, and I'll see you tomorrow for a push day, which might be in a park somewhere. I don't know yet. We'll see.